Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good, and yes, the Rogue One is putting fear into my heart today, and that's the face of a man who is realizing that everybody in my 4 or 5 month old Fleet Arena shard is going to be buying the Profundity bundle, using their 3-star Rogue One to put on that Profundity, unlocking Profundity here in 6 days at the end of September, and then just completely decapitating my Executor farm, which will be useless and have nothing of value to offer going forward. Once the Profundity, all those, we're gonna get like 40, I'll show you my Fleet Arena. There's like at least 30, maybe 40 people out of the top 50 that are willing to spend some funds to go get the it's depressing, I know, buddy. What's with the hair back there? Why is that so, I might have been, maybe I took a nap before and it flattened out back there and there's, I don't know. Guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, the Profundity and the Rogue One specifically are making life difficult in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Let's take a little closer look at this right now. I didn't want that up. I wanted to close that. So here's that Rogue One, and when we take a look at Rogue One versus Executor, the two abilities that make it the most, you know, the most way to work, the two abilities that make it work the best against the Executor are its reinforcement ability. If Profundity's ally capital ship, reduce the cooldown of call reinforcements. If the enemy capital ship is not Sith, increase download by 20%. If the enemy capital ship is Empire, increase the cooldowns of non-capital ship enemies by 1. And over here, at the start of battle, if the allied capital ship is Profundity, Rogue One gains 25% max health. If Profundity is blah, blah, blah. If the enemy capital ship is Empire, meaning Executor, while Rogue One is active or in reinforcements, non-capital ship enemies are immune to cooldown reduction. This was built in to counter the Punishing One, but there is hope. Rebellions are built on hope, and in this case, perhaps the Home One is built on hope. Let's talk about this a little bit more about how this counters the Punishing One. You know, the Punishing One is out here, and when we really look at the Punishing One, the goal is to get this ability as fast as possible. It's got a cooldown of 9, but it deals physical damage to target enemy, inflicts a target enemy with Death Mark, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted, inflict breach on all enemies. The Death Mark is, I mean, when you get Death Mark on an enemy, if you can hit them a couple of times, they're pretty much dead, right? You're just wiping them out. And that's the ability, that's the main one there. But there's other abilities on here, you know, with Punishing One that make it work really good against the Executor. You can't stealth over there. If you stealth, gives me good stuff. What happens here? Whatever is stealth, I don't remember. Something happens when other people try to stealth that get, hold on, I'm gonna find it. Let's see. Enemy trying to find money per capital. Oh, there's something here. Anyway, all right. Whenever an enemy gains stealth, dispel it, inflict breach on themselves for 1 turn, which can't be resisted, and Punishing One stealth. So it steals the stealth and inflicts breach on that on that opponent. Regardless, Rogue One was launched yesterday. We were able to take a 3-star level 1 Rogue One with the third ability, this right here, SWGOH, and the reinforcement ability maxed out, and we autoed max Executors, just destroying my hopes on my free-to-play account as I farm my way toward Executor. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do when my Fleet Arena, I'll show you my Fleet Arena here, guys, and you're gonna see anybody in my Fleet Arena ranked in the top 50 who has a 7-star Negotiator, a 7-star Malevolence, or an Executor is a spender. They're spending on the game. That's nothing against you guys. Hanji, Hobocop, Alex, Goblin, Dilbil, Eka, Pop3. No problem with you guys. None. Keep spending. Keep support the game we all love so much. These guys are all spending, and you can see that almost there's one endurance right there, another endurance. There's a few endurances mixed there because the endurance is so good. A 5-star Chimera that can be got without spending. 7-star Finalizer, that's from an Executor bundle. You can see that the vast majority of people here in the top 50 are willing to spend. This is somewhere in the 70% range of players that are willing to spend money to get a fleet, to get a meta fleet in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And right now, right now for your pleasure, for your spending pleasure, everybody, here on our, what are those, what was that overnight channel called that they talk overnight and they sell you stuff and only 200 of these in stock, you can get... The Home Shopping Network. Was that what? Tell me, put in comments. Was that it? Home Shopping Network? Anyway, on the Home Shopping Network today, you can buy these 2 bundles and have yourself basically ready for Profundity. You will have to get 2 relic levels on Radis and 1 relic level on Cassian Andor, and boom, Profundity. You're ready. You're just ready with these 2 bundles. And you're gonna add that 3-star Rogue One in there, and immediately my farming for Executor is use to the less. Completely useless. But there's hope. Where there's hope, rebellions are built on hope. Let's take a look at this here. Did that pop up? Yeah, let's take a look at this here. This is Aatrox Abuser, who is a consistent follower of the channel, mostly on Twitch, but Aatrox, thanks for your content here. This is really good. This is the home one, using Bounty Hunter ships against a Profundity with Rogue One, okay? Watch what happens here right out of the gate. Punishing 1 lands the death mark. The Millennium Falcon is dead. Next comes your boy, the mass assist here, and that's it. This battle's over. I don't care what happened. This battle is over. This is the Bounty Hunter ships with the home one. Let's talk a little bit about what makes that work. Why do you get that death mark so fast? We go back to the game. Let's look at that punishing one again. Whenever punishing one, whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, reduce the cooldown of wanted dead by 1, tripled if the enemy is light side. So you're gonna be reduced the cooldown of wanted dead by 3 every time an enemy light speed ship attacks out of turn. Attacks punishing 1 out of turn. Okay. No. Whenever they attack out of turn, it's got a 9 cooldown, so if we get 3 attacks out of turn, we get the ability, right? Let's watch it. You ready? It's more than 3, by the way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 7. No, 6. That's it. That's all it took. That was 18 cooldowns, by the way. 6 times 3, boys and girls. Get out the new math, draw up all your little squares, put this number over there, bring this down there, take the 6 and break it into 2 times 3 or 6 times 1, then take the 3 and break it into 3 times 1 or perhaps 3 single numbers, put them in the boxes, break it down, spend 45 minutes. 6 times 3 is 18. That's how we do math in this country now. I didn't decide that. They made me memorize it in 3rd grade. I went up to the board to do 6 times 3, and I didn't know it because I hadn't done any of my homework, and I was embarrassed in public. And that embarrassment made me go memorize 6 times 3. Sometimes, boys and girls, public accountability can be a good thing. Look at me. I'm good to go. Okay, look. I think this is going to get nerfed. Just straight up. Hello, Capital Games. I know you're watching right now. It's good to see you out there, boys and girls at Capital Games. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe, Capital Games. They're going to nerf this. There's no way. I would love to start working on my home one on my roster. When I pull it up here, I've got the home one. I mean, it gives me hope. It gives me hope. Like, if it works with the home one... If it works with the home one, I mean, home one is, they're going to change this. They're going to somehow make a thing to say, if it's not an Empire ship, I don't know. They're going to do something. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe we'll find other counters. I'm going to be looking for counters. I'm going to take my time. I'm not abandoning my executor farm. I'm going to finish this thing out because, like we said, in order to find Profundity, you got to get the Millennium Falcon for Profundity to work. To get the Millennium Falcon, I need these ships anyway. So one way or another, my bounty hunter ships are going to get me propelled forward for Profundity and or executor. So I'm not going to slow down the farming right now. I'm going to be keeping my eyes open for the next couple of weeks for counters that will work that aren't getting nerfed, because I can already picture Meathead. I can already picture their community post. We are aware of certain counters with punishing one, not reacting as expected or as intended, not performing. We are aware that the Rogue One with Profundity is not performing as intended against bounty hunter fleets that are not with the executor. We are looking into it to determine if any further action should be taken. Yeah, that's code for we're gonna nerf this and we're gonna do it very soon. It's just FYI. So I'm gonna exercise some patience here, but there is hope. This provides hope. The fact that the home one right now, the fact that rebellions are built on hope, and it's a rebellion ship that is overcoming the massive power of a 3-star Rogue One along with the Profundity, gives me hope that we're going to find some counters to this in the coming weeks that I'll be able to then farm on my roster. I've already got a little bit of farming towards my Galactic Republic ships. I'm working on my Malevolence, but that's going to be a ways off. I don't get that much get-to currency, but there are going to be counters for the Profundity and Rogue One. We're seeing that this ship is defeated by a lot of light side ships. So I'm going to find that counter. I'm going to make sure it works, and we're going to make sure there's no nerfing done before I start upgrading ships and doing crazy things, right? So we're going to give it a little bit of time, exercise some patience, exercise some discipline. All of us will find counters to the Profundity with Rogue One to make sure we can still climb Fleet Arena, even if we get knocked all the way back down on a daily basis regardless. So there you go, boys and girls. Yes, the Profundity with Rogue One is crazy awesome. The Profundity with Rogue One is going to be readily available for anybody willing to drop some cash on the game here in the near future. You're going to start seeing these in your fleet shard, even if you have just started playing the game recently. You could probably have started playing the game 2 weeks ago, and you're going to start seeing these in your fleet shard. Seriously, if you just started playing the game 2 or 3 weeks ago, these players are already at level 85. They're going to drop $50 in the Profundity bundle. They're going to go get Rogue One, and you're going to start seeing this immediately in your Fleet Arena shards. So it is what it is. We'll find ways to deal with it. There is hope. There's always hope. Everybody, have a great day. I will talk to you very soon. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.